Fantomu Artbox. My name is Deborah, and this is another vlog. Now, I realize I haven't been as active on YouTube as I would like. That is because a lot of things in life kind of got in the way. Well, I wouldn't say got in the way, but I had a good time. So I think this year is probably the year of travel. I went to Disney World, Universal, and the Disney Cruise for my cousin's 40th birthday. And then I proceeded to go to Las Vegas with a bunch of friends from the FF14 game that I play. We didn't go to the Final Fantasy XIV convention, but we hung out in Vegas and did a bunch of other stuff. So that was also fun, and maybe I'll do a vlog about that before this one. We'll see. But this particular vlog is about Lightbox Expo 2023. And that was in California, Pasadena, Los Angeles. I don't know if they say Los Angeles or Los Angeles, but whichever one. My husband, who is in the entertainment industry, he exhibited and he did a demo panel, or was chosen to do a demo panel for it. What I'll talk about with Lightbox Expo is the pros and cons of the expo, and I can be honest about it because I'm not in that industry. But I can tell you what I learned when I was there, and what I liked and what I didn't like. So if for those of you who don't know what Lightbox Expo is, it is a show that is meant for artists in the entertainment industry. It's for them to get their portfolios reviewed and to kind of meet other artists, network. It's about community. So basically everybody there is a talented artist. Right? So it is intimidating to say the least when you do go. But if you are an artist in school, learning, trying to figure out what it is you want to do with your life, I would say that this show is worth going to. Simply because you do get that sense of community, you do get that sense of learning and sense of networking. And networking is very important in that industry, as I later found out after. In corporate, it's not really like that. Like, you do network, but it's more like you apply for a job, here's your portfolio, and here's your credentials and your experience, and then they just hire you or they don't hire you, and you go on the interview and whatnot. It's very, like, by the book. But I'm finding with Nick's industry, it is not by the book. It's about who you know. It's about people that have worked on the same projects together. It's about people that can trust others to do the job that they think would suit them best. So it was quite different to look at it that way. But I'm already starting off with the pros, which is basically networking, learning, community. And those are the biggest three pros of Lightbox Expo. If you do attend as an artist and you don't know anyone, it would be beneficial to go to it and just sort of get your portfolio reviewed by other artists to see what they say. Some might tell you no and some might tell you yes. Don't be discouraged, just go and ask. Even if like you go to the area that has DreamWorks or Netflix or Disney or whatever, you can still ask them if you can get a review, or even if they can answer some of your questions about their companies and whatnot. So it's a very good platform for artists that want to get into that sort of thing. The other thing that I think is a pro are the panels. The keynote speakers that they did have were quite substantial in the industry. So they had Dylan, the one that I attended was with Dylan Cole, Avatar. He did some background concepts for Avatar: Way of Water. And he's worked with James Cameron on other stuff as well. His panel was quite informative. Before his panel, I actually thought that they finalized assets individually for art. And never in my wildest dreams did I think that he would just come up with the concept, mishmash them together and put it into like one image. And James Cameron would be like, this works, that doesn't work, this works, that doesn't work. And then he would just like reconfigure the whole thing. So that was something new that I learned. I also learned about shape language, which I kind of knew before, but the way he used it was quite interesting. Like, you can tell with his experience that he has like a ton of experience. So his panel was good. And then I did attend a demo for storyboarding. I can't remember the artist's name for that one. I had an issue with the demo area, which I'll leave in the con portion of this video. And the other, yeah, I'll leave that in the con. I'm not going to talk about that, but just yet. But the other pro was that if you follow artists on Instagram, specific ones that you like, chances are that they will be there, and you can get your stuff signed, you can meet and greet with them, you can talk to them, you can buy merchandise. And let me tell you, I bought a lot of merchandise, more so than my husband. My husband had no time to leave his table. I left his table on the first day with my friend Clifton, like Coco, who kept me company all of Friday and held the bags and stuff, thanks, like Coco. But yeah, we went around and I bought a bunch of merchandise. And the merchandise ranged anywhere from posters to books to stickers to pins. And there are a lot of free swag as well if you go to the corporate section, which has like the big companies like Netflix and Paramount and DreamWorks and Pixar. And they do have a lot of free swag there. They have a lot of technology items that you can purchase there as well. So I know Sketchbook Pro was there for the iPad. Procreate was there. And they were promoting Procreate Dreams, which is the animation version of Procreate. I mean, you can animate in Procreate, but Procreate Dreams is like taking it a step further. And then they had Wacom there and some other vendors there. So all in all, like, those are the pros. One of the biggest pro for me, it might not be for other artists, but for me it was a pro. I got to meet Yoichi, I'm trying to say his name right, Nishikawa. And he is one of the traditional watercolor artists for Ghibli. He does backgrounds for Ghibli. He's worked very closely with Miyazaki. And that was a great time for me because I met him twice. First on the Friday when nobody knew he was there, so I got to have a conversation with him. And I bought his book and I bought a print. And then I realized that I forgot to get the print signed. And funny enough, he has a really good memory because he remembered me on the Sunday. And I was wearing a shirt done by, I forget the girl's name, but yeah, one of his friends in Japan. So it was great. Like, you know that I like Ghibli, so that was like me fangirling out. I did attend his demo as well. His demo was quite informative. I did not know that you had to wet a canvas for hours before priming it for watercolor. And that he painted it like right on the spot, which was amazing. But at the same time that his demo was happening, my husband's demo started like maybe about half an hour after his started. So I had to attend Nick's demo to support him. Now, here's where I'm going to start talking about the cons. The demo area in general, I went there. The sound pollution in that area is terrible. There's a curtain dividing one demo from another. I would say that they should try to figure out a solution to that doesn't involve a curtain. Maybe, I don't know, splitting it up into a room or creating some sort of wall. But I understood why they had the demos that they did at the same time. So they had Yoichi's demo, but my husband's demo was happening, and two other artists. So that's 4 people in one room that are trying to talk over each other, kind of. The speakers are divided, so but it's a lot of noise. But all of those artists in that area are background artists, so they did that purposefully, I think. However, I don't know if that's a good thing, because then if you want to see one background artist, you can't see the other one, or you kind of have to jump back and forth. So that was one con. The demo area, I found they didn't give people enough time to present their stuff. So when Nick got there, he had a tech issue. And the tech person that was there was like, yeah, call me if you need me, I'll just be right over here. And she pointed to the back of the room. And then he had a resolution issue with the laptop he was using, which was my laptop. And he couldn't find the tech person, and his seminar was starting in like 1 minute and the crowd was already there. Couldn't find the tech person. Lo and behold, the tech person is in demo area, like, 2, talking to their friend. I'm like, you're getting paid to do a job. Your job is to do tech. Like, you need to be there. I literally had to run out of the demo area to get that person to come back. Either that or I would have had to go on stage, which I don't really want to do, to fix his setup. Luckily, everything worked out, and he was able to do his demo. His demo was actually very informative and surreal, seeing him sort of on stage talking. I've never seen my husband teach anything before. He can't teach me because we get mad at each other, so me sitting there listening to him talk was actually very surreal in terms of him, seeing him sort of be kind of a role model figure for people and teaching people how to do something. Yeah, it was surreal for me. However, he did teach me a little bit about Blender, which I didn't know because his whole seminar was quick BG paintings in Blender and Photoshop. So his was one of the more informative ones. I went to 2 other demos. One was the storyboarding one where the girl was unable to talk very loud. So a lot of the other demos were talking over her, so I didn't really learn anything. The other demo, I watched a guy draw and sort of like not explain anything. It's just like watching somebody draw. So I thought Nick's went very well in terms of informing people of things, and afterward he had a bunch of people asking him questions and walking with him, and it was sorry, excuse me. It was very surreal. So that's the demo area. That's the con of the demo area, is that it's very like noise polluted, and the demos happen around the same time, and so it doesn't really work out. The other con, I think, would be the ticketing system for the panels. The keynote speakers from, say, the Bad Batch Star Wars, if you wanted to see that seminar, or Dylan Cole's seminar, or Spider-Verse. There was the Spider-Verse seminar with Patrick O'Keefe. They were all happening around the same time, so their ticketing system didn't really make sense. You actually go in, like, you're supposed to be there, I think, 50 minutes before and pick up a physical ticket to get your spot inside of that panel. And it doesn't really make sense if you're in a panel and another panel is starting, but you want to go to that panel, but you can't because you're stuck in the other panel. And, or if the panel ends and then the other panel begins right after that panel, you can't get a ticket for it. So while I thought, when I scheduled my time out, because Lightbox does have a little app that you can use to schedule like the seminars and panels that you want to attend, I thought you could just like book it on there and then, you know, thinking this is the time for each one, I'll book these and this will be my day. So while I thought I could attend 3, I ended up only attending 1. Simply because the timings were messed up and a lot of the ones that I did want to see were happening at the same time as other ones that were equally important. So I'm hoping in the future that Lightbox can kind of think of a way to maybe have the ticketing system in the app where you sort of book it out and it plans your day out for you, but you book your spot in the app as opposed to getting a physical ticket. That would have made more sense. And also kind of spanning out the types of panels and demos that were happening. Like not having BG all at the same time, but having them sort of intervaled in terms of time. Because if someone is a background painter and they want to see all 4 of them, well, they have to attend the one demo. They can't attend all 4 of them. So I would say that they should probably span out the ones that are in specific genres of the entertainment industry. So lighting would be one, happening at the same time as background, because usually they don't, like, artists are sort of split into each category. So they would either want to see lighting or want to see background. But if you put background all in the same field, same time period, then they can't see the individual artists that they want to see. Like, they have to choose one. And I thought that was a bit unfair. Like, I think that they should be able to see the artists that they want to see for that particular field that they're in, whether it be matte painting or character design or background. So that was another con. And I think that's it for the cons. Other than that, everything was great. However, I have to be honest, I was not there the entire time. On Saturday, I had left my husband to go with Like Coco, and when I say Like Coco, I mean Clifton, so I call them by their game names. So Like Coco is Clifton, and Mayo is Michael, and Faye is John. And Mayo's significant other is Jillian. So I went with them to Mario World on Saturday. Because I am a corporate graphic designer, I didn't really want to spend the entire weekend in like an art fanatic area. I kind of wanted to take a break and have some fun. More fun than listening to panels and stuff like that and learning. So I did go to Mario World. Now, I'm going to give you some tips about Mario World because there are some things that you should know. If you are going to Mario World Hollywood, make sure that you get the early access pass. Mario World gets filled up very quickly. And when you do get the early access pass, make sure you do your power-up challenges first, then ride the ride, and book the Toadstool Cafe immediately. And when I say immediately, I mean immediately when it opens. So for us, it opened at 8, and we kept refreshing the QR code by the Toadstool at 8 o'clock, and by 9 it was fully booked. We got a time slot, but pretty much like everybody else, it was full. So make sure, I'll try to put the QR code somewhere in the video if you are going there to do that. So I played all the power-up games. You got to get 3 keys when you're there by doing the power-up games, and then you can go and defeat Mini Bowser Jr. And you get a little experience in there as well. So I thought that was a fun experience. I found the Universal in Hollywood was like if Universal in Florida had a baby, that would be Universal there. Anyway, beyond that, let's go back to Lightbox. I spent Friday and Sunday at Lightbox. Friday, I spent most of the time with not with my husband. So this was like the vacation of us together but apart, kind of. He actually went to dinner with someone from Cara, who I met, actually. I met her on Sunday. She's a lovely lady. She's one of the founders, I think, or she works for them. I can't remember. Her name is Kat. And Cara is another platform for artists to kind of make a portfolio. It's like an alternative to ArtStation, but I would say it's better than ArtStation because ArtStation is sort of promoting AI right now. And a lot of artists are mad at AI because they're stealing from them. So AI is scraping the metadata off the web and just stealing people's artwork, and you can see signatures in some of the artwork that it's stolen. So there's a lot of gray area around AI and how it's being used in the entertainment industry. And Cara is one of those platforms where they're kind of against it. They want the traditional, art, the way artists should share their work. It shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to put your artwork on a platform and be afraid that it's going to be stolen. And I did ask a few questions about that. I asked, how do you combat the scraping of metadata? And what I mean by metadata is whenever you post anything online, anytime you put a tag or a search word or text to describe it, that's your metadata. So if you said that fan art, this is a fan art piece of, say, Link from Zelda, it's going to pick up, say somebody does an AI of Zelda, it's going to pick up that you put Zelda in there, it's going to scrape it, and then it's going to include a piece of your artwork in that AI artwork. Doesn't matter if yours is copywritten or whatever, it'll just steal it. And that was a lawsuit that was going on, I think, with Lanza and Midjourney. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. And then in general, I asked her, how do you protect yourself against that? And she gave me a good answer. They use AI to combat AI. So I ended up creating a profile on there, but I don't think mine will be for art. It'll probably be for photography. And my husband already is on there. So I thought that it was kind of crappy of ArtStation in general to promote the stealing of AI and promote AI to artists who work so hard to get their art out there only for it to be stolen. You know, and they did show up at Lightbox, and I thought that was pretty crappy, because like they're also like examining portfolios and things like that. I'm surprised that artists were nice to them, to be honest with you, because they had a whole situation of no AI. Their whole grid was flooded with it, and yet they still didn't do a good enough job of just like pleasing the masses. And their main target market is artists in the entertainment industry. So I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, AI has been a big issue, and I don't know how it's going to affect graphic design. I think that graphic design might not exist later on. I don't know. But I think that AI is a tool. It's here. There's nothing we can do about it. It's already here. Now the thing that we have to think about is how can this be utilized in your everyday workflow to make things easier and to make things more creative. I don't agree with it stealing, but it is a tool, so it's only as bad as the person who's using it. And I don't know. We'll see. That's my opinion on it. I'm not for it or against it. I just don't think that it's being used correctly, and that it needs rules put in place, much like when the internet was introduced or computers were introduced. I think it needs rules put in place so that it doesn't steal or scrape or do any of it. Like it's going to scrape, but not steal. But I could go on and on about it for hours and hours, which this video is not going to be hours and hours, I hope. One of the things I do want to say is I do want to thank John Lamb and his group for inviting us to Korean barbecue. He invited Nick, but he also invited me, and I'm thankful that they considered inviting the significant others. A lot of the time with the art field, because I'm not in the entertainment or art industry, there's not a lot of networking for me. There's not a lot of talking to other people for me. I was mostly talking to my gamer friends who came down to keep me company, while Nick was able to network and converse with other artists. So someone actually inviting me to Korean barbecue and sitting with other artists that are very talented was quite nice, and not talking about art while I was with them was pretty good too. So Ari Yoon was one of them. She gave me stickers, so thanks Ari for the stickers. I put the panda on my phone, the sticker. Dave was another one, and he was funny. And Doug was also funny. So thanks guys for making the Korean barbecue experience in LA much different than the Korean barbecue experience here, which is not as good. Unfortunately, we don't have meat, the kind of meat that you guys have, or like any of those dipping sauces. We don't have as many. Anyway, I'm going to leave some of the stuff that I bought somewhere in the video with tags to a lot of artists that Nick met, or ones that I have looked at or followed or bought stuff from. Somewhere in the video, because it's a lot of people to sort of just put tags. And I hope you enjoy the video. That's all I have to say about Lightbox 2023. It was a great time. As a graphic designer, I learned a lot about your industry. I learned that your politics are very different from mine, in corporate. So yeah, it was interesting, and I hope next year that if Nick goes, maybe I'll tag along again. But I hope you enjoy the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, do you? Do you like how my coffee is scattered everywhere? Mm-hmm. Here's Nick at 6 a.m. in the morning, and we are at Pearson Airport, ready to fly out to where, Nick?
Calgary.
Calgary.
In LA.
You're giving me this face, but you know what? This is your doing. You wanted this.
Technically, the time to leave was different, and it changed like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times.
That's true. WestJet delayed our flight a few times.
Yeah.
And now we're having breakfast because we're like 3 hours early. So gonna enjoy our breakfast. Yeah. Strong. We're heading to Lightbox, and Nick will be exhibiting and doing a little demo. And I will be wandering and checking out panels and maybe going to Mario World. So that's what this
Maybe
vlog.
you are.
I am going to Mario World, and that's what this vlog will be about. And yeah, so we're gonna have breakfast, enjoy blinking, falling asleep in your orange juice. He's so tired. Change in time is this. If a change in time is this, in the evening there is feeling, in the morning there is meaning. Now, I don't understand.
Well, Eve Fowler does.
Who? Is that the person that did it?
I think so.
Oh, this is graphic design and copywriting at its finest in great old Los Angeles.
Whoa.
Yeah, we just landed. Waiting on Mayo, and then we will get to our hotel. Yes. And do all the doings.
We will have time to get our badges.
What? Oh, the badges?
Exhibitor badges.
Ah, okay. Wow, I'm really close to your face. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay. You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
How gorgeous you are. Morning. Hello. It is, what, 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock-ish in the morning, and we are heading to...
It's 7:30.
7:30-ish in the morning, and we are heading to Lightbox. We made it to our hotel and had dinner with Mai. We were talking a lot, so I didn't really get to film being with Mai, but you'll see him at Mario World if I do actually film there, or I'm having too much fun and I don't choose to film, so we'll see. Right now, Nick is trying to tell me about like how to navigate Lightbox, because the way that they describe stuff on their site is kind of cryptic in terms of how to attend panels and how to do certain things. So I'll discuss that probably later on after I'm done editing and cutting this video. But we're gonna head out. He's gonna go collect his prints. We're gonna go set up his booth. And yeah, let's go. John. Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, hey. There's Mayo. That's Jillian.
Oh, hi.
We are at Universal Studios. It is, what time is it? It's early, right?
It is very early. The time.
So
official
freaking
time
early.
is 6:37.
Oh my god. There's a Starbucks right there.
But is it open?
I don't think it's open. Hollywood. Went to Florida earlier this year. So we'll see how this goes. Early access to Mario World. Here we go.
broke it?
You don't have any friends. You've already lied to me.
We're outside, so just outside the by the transformer.
You haven't even said hello to me. You just come up here barking demands. You want me to send inspiring messages to friends that don't exist? What is your friend's name? Mellow Dottie. This is Lord Megatron. Sending message to you, Mellow Dottie. I know you're not really this man's friend because he has none. He's a liar. Whatever challenges you face, just know this cannot be as worse as this mansion. Have a wonderful day. Dead out of my sight.
We'll see them for the next 45 minutes to an hour because we're gonna bond and we're gonna become a tramily. I just got it cut. I got like a little mullet action. You like that? Thank you. So for those of you just joining the fray, my name is Regina. I'll be your tour guide today. Everybody say hi, Regina. Hi, Regina. Are you wonderful people? Driving this tram is one of the very best in the West. That's Oscar. Everybody say looking good, Oscar. Looking good. Yeah. And of course, no show is complete without the man, the myth, the legend. You might know him from The Tonight Show, or That's My Jam. It's Mr. Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy, come out here and say hey there.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece.
That's Brownstone Street. For all my fans of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Yes, that is Kevin McAllister's uncle's apartment, where he gets up to a lot of shenanigans. So when you watch that movie this year, you're right there on the set right now. Now let's set the scene. The year is 1985. The car, a DeLorean. The style, acid wash jean and red vest.
What?
Welcome to Hill Valley.
Wow.
It's the power of love. Bum, bum, ba-na-na-na. Come on. Don't jump up. Don't jump up. Good boy. Round of applause for Josh. Taking us from one nightmare into another. This is over 100 tons of debris you're looking at. That is an actual 747 shipped here from the Mojave Desert and disassembled out here for Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Strobe effects placed on top of these buildings being set up by a very talented technician. So you have the thunder, the lightning, you need the rain. Now the rain is coming from something very fancy. They're called sprinklers. Right? It shoots that water straight up into the air and gravity naturally brings it back down. That's something I like to call science.
Hello.
Hi.
How was day 2 of Lightbox for you?
It was wonderful. Yeah, so many nice people.
But sad you didn't get to go to Mario World.
Yeah, that's okay.
Next time. Day 3 will be the demo. Are you ready for the demo?
Trying to be as ready as possible, but
Yeah.
it's still nerve-wracking.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I believe in you.
Thanks.
I am icing my foot. This is the reality of having an accident happen to your foot. One foot always gets swollen when you stand too long. So, just like the Disney trip, I am icing my foot all over again, just so that it works properly tomorrow. When I am with Nicholas. Yay, Nicholas! Woo! And vacation's almost over, so
Yeah.
went by really quick. It was fun though. Special thank you to Lycona, Mayo, Faye, and Jillian for accompanying me to Universal today. It was very, very fun. And yeah, they went out of their way to make things pretty awesome. So thanks, guys. Sorry she didn't get to go, but we had fun at Lightbox. And tomorrow me and him will be at Lightbox together. So that is all for tonight. Signing. Good morning, Nicholas.
Oh, you're filming.
You always ask me that when I film.
Well, I
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
filming. Filming you chewing your food.
What do
Your
you want?
delicious burrito.
What do you want?
Are you nervous about your demo?
Of course.
Yeah? I think you're gonna do a fantastic job.
Yeah, hope so.
Mm-hmm.
There's still 1 hour. That's tough.
What is your demo about?
It's about being a background painter and trying to find ways to speed up your process.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you have so many backgrounds to create. So,
What is it called?
it's called Quick BGs with Blender and Photoshop.
Mm.
That should be like a different title, and I didn't remember it.
It'd be funny if you introduced it as that and then you get the name wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, good luck to you today.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll do fantastic. I'm gonna let you eat the rest of your burrito.
Usually takes like 1.5 days to 2 days to finish one background.
複雑なものはまあ3、4日かかります。
If it's complicated, it takes like 3-4 days.
僕は今回のやつでこの紙5枚分ぐらいの長いの書いたんですけど、それ1ヶ月かかりました。
So for the movie, the last project that he worked on the size of the paper that's like 5 times longer and oblong, and he took 1.5 months to finish it.
長い時間やりすぎてて、宮崎さんにあなたはこれで固定しなさいって言われました。固定、この絵を先にから飾って固定しなさいって言われました。長い間。
So Mr. Miyazaki told him that it's taking too long, so maybe Nishikawa-san should have the exhibit while do the painting at the same time because it's just taking forever.
Artists, my apologies. Alright. I am not a 3D artist. I am a concept artist. I will try to make your lives easier because honestly, if I'm gonna pass this off to the 3D department, I will try my best to make this, usable and that you won't have to change too much. But I am sorry, this is for concept art, for background painting. My apologies. Okay, so we're in Blender. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna select everything, hit X, delete it. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna use atmosphere. And what that does is ready. So again, if you go into a marketplace, there's this little thing called Starlight and Atmosphere, and it just helps kind of put in like a nice, beautiful sky, and you can apply it to your scene. So already, like, we got so much information just from this simple kind of thing, which is awesome. All right. Now again, you can adjust it. So you can start ramping it up, ramping it down. So let's go for something like that. All right. All right.
It's like by the time you're done with the painting, can you like hide that layer and like you've painted all on top of it, or is it still like doing a lot of the?
Yes, yes, you can hide anything you want from. You're talking about in Blender,
Like do you
right?
like completely paint on top of the assets, or are they kind of just like hanging out there and you're just like making it?
You can paint on top of the assets.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was showing how you could add a basic color texture to the model that you just made,
Yeah.
you can actually paint on top of it.
Yeah.
You know, there are ways where you can bring it into Photoshop and paint on that screen and then integrate it back into Blender.
Okay.
It's a little messy, but gradually it'll come around.
Yeah, awesome.
But yeah, but yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, cool.
Last day in Pasadena. 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Again, long flight today. How was your Lightbox show, Nicholas?
Huh? It is good.
It's good?
Yeah.
Met a lot of good people.
So many good people. I want to come back again.
Well, that's better than your first experience, so
Yeah.
good on you. Yeah, and we got to see our gamer friends, so also good. Yeah. I'll discuss about everything that happened in terms of the panels and whatnot in the beginning of the video, probably. But for now,
Why are you doing a video when you're sick?
I don't know. I
You're
am
catching
sick.
something.
I'm probably catching something, yes.
Oh boy, you're dedicated.
I am dedicated to the vlog. As dedicated as trying to post once a month, but it's not happening. So, we'll see.